Here is John. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, Lily, I want to say you're the hottest woman on any type of radio going today.
Oh, thanks.
That's any format, AM, FM, or satellite.
Any.
And that goes for you, CB Lady Trucker.
Well,
I will tell Dr. Laura.
Got each of on for you.
What do you got for me, my friend?
In Connecticut, a chimp was shot and killed after mauling a lady.
Now, did they kill him in anger, or did they
I don't know. Just said it went after this lady, and they shot it dead.
You know, people don't realize that, but no fucking human could beat a chimp one-on-one.
The chimp actually attacked the police car, opened the door, and started attacking the cops, and they had to fucking kill it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in Philly when I hear news like that. I swear to God. It's awful.
Can't have chimps taking down cops.
Well, what was it, a pet chimp?
Yeah, I think it was like a TV acting chimp. This woman owned it on her property. It attacked a friend of hers. The woman who owns it couldn't get it off the other woman. She tried stabbing it. It took off on her property, and then that's when the cops had to show up and take the chimp out.
Who was stabbing it?
The owner was stabbing it to try to get it off the woman it was attacking. It was chips versus chimps.
Yeah, a little joke there.
Yeah.
Delivery? No, it wasn't there. But there was an intended joke.
There was an effort.
I love it. It was chip versus chip.
You would think in 21st century we would have stun guns by now.
We do. Yeah.
Oh.
News alert, we do
Well,
have
then why
them.
wouldn't the cop use the stun gun on the chimp rather than shooting him in the face?
Why do you fucking care about a chimp living? Who cares?
I didn't realize he was a celebrity. Fez told me he's a TV chimp. Now I feel bad.
I look at a chimp literally the same way I look at a steak. I don't see the fucking difference between them two.
Generally, I agree with you, but not if he's appeared on, network television.
If somebody even says to me, if I go to a pet store and they go, would you like a kitten? I go, oh, not now, honey, I just ate. Because I don't see the fucking difference. Now, do I like to see animals fight each other? Yes, I do. That's exciting. Do I want them attacking me? No, at that point they have to die. But I wouldn't mind a big Michael Vick type pit and just let animals go at it. You tell me that you would not pay $90 fucking if there was chimp fights on TV? If I said to you on fucking demand this weekend, chimp fights.
I'm in.
You
I'm
would
in.
watch it.
I would pay.
I'm in. Absolutely.
And that's the end of that.
In a heartbeat.
I wouldn't. I'm a cat owner now.
You what?
I'm a cat owner now.
So you love a cat?
Now I love cats and all animals.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
A chimp would fucking destroy a cat. Why would you own a cat when you could get a nice fighting chimp at all times?
Because I don't want it to attack me.
It's not. It's going to love you.
You should have a baby chimp and just keep him a baby. Maybe force him to smoke a lot to stun his growth.
What are you going to do? Make him fucking sleep in a bread box? Won't let him grow at all?
It's always when animals get too big. But then a baby chimp fight, that would be awesome.
So what you're fuck yeah.
That'd be the cutest thing.
I would fucking pull over, get out of my car, and light up a cigar if I saw baby chimps fighting. Well, and by the way, I'll do that if I see kids fighting. The only thing I'll do with kids fighting is say to the other kids, "Come on, stand back. Give them some room here. Let's see what's going to go on."
It's hard not to give pointers, too.
When I think of fucking baby chimp fights, it makes me miss Earl so much. One of the chimps fainted. Yeah, a chimp. I guess out of all the monkeys, gorilla is this fucking strongest.
Yeah, like that silverback gorilla, I think, is the king of the apes.
I think why chimp fights would be so exciting is like you could have it not just in a ring, but there could be like some trees in there, some fucking tires, so they could be jumping around.
Yeah.
I love when they do that thing when they're running at you and their fucking arms are going every which way.
They could use a vine to strangle the other little chimp. That would be a fun little weapon.
Yeah, we just keep throwing tools in to see if they can figure out how to use it. First it's a rock and a stick, and finally a bazooka.
And I have to disagree
Some
with
boxing gloves.
I disagree with Fez. I think I would take an orangutan in a fight over a gorilla.
You've never seen a fucking gorilla in your life then, bro.
I have at the Bronx Zoo, but I think
A gorilla
orangutans,
couldn't fit through that fucking
They're
door.
huge.
They seem very lazy to me. Orangutans have a lot of energy,
Let me tell you,
big arms.
The fucking power of those gorillas is immense. They fucking beat on their chest, And if you happen to get in between their fucking hand and their chest, is that a hand, I guess, that they have?
Yeah, it's a hand. Yeah.
I think it's a paw.
How could it be a paw? It doesn't have that little pad thing.
It's a monkey paw. I thought that's what it's called, like a monkey paw.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I call anything for any animal a hand, even a fish. I call gills hands.
I think a orangutan is more nimble than a gorilla. That's all my point is.
You know who I think is nimble?
Who?
Jack. But I'm Fezzi, orangutan or gorilla?
Gorilla.
It's over, dude.
It's got to be a gorilla. I think the orangutan might be faster than the gorilla, could maybe outrun or outswing a gorilla, but in a fight, the gorilla is going to smash.
What is this, the Olympics? We're going to fucking have a race? I wouldn't show up for gorilla races.
I'm talking...
It's a fight.
The orangutan's dexterity combined with his arms, it's like Hogan versus Andre the Giant. That big, fat, lazy gorilla's going to get slammed on his ass.
This is what fucking annoys me about that. That's one fucking fight. Andre the Giant, if they would have fucking put together 7, 8 fights, you would have seen it fucking 7-1. He would have dominated.
It's the one fight that counts.
Here is, let's go over here to Andy. Andy, you're on the Run and Fest show.
Yo, boys. Hey, they had that news clip up in New Hampshire on this thing. They interviewed the people. I guess the lady had it in, like, commercials and everything, like Coca-Cola. She used to take it on walks in the neighborhood and let the kids play with it.
Yeah, I would, if I saw a fucking chimp on my street, I'd come out shooting from the hip. I wouldn't even bother aiming. I'd just come out fucking blasting like the old West.
Either.
I don't play it, and I'd kill the fucking woman as well.
She also gave me drugs.
This also wasn't the first.
Well, we all take drugs. So what? Let's not go judging by that.
That's a lucky chimp.
Would this be the fucking cutest thing in the world? Baby chimp with a straw, just snorting around, just coming up with that. Ugh.
I got a big fight tonight.
Bill, you're on Run and Fest.
Hey, guys. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
Hey, I was attacked by an orangutan when I was about 12 years old.
Bill, you bring your fucking racism to this show, and I will kick you off the air.
Nothing like that, Ron.
Where was it?
I lived in Panama. My dad was in the Army. And,
You mean Panama City in Florida?
No, Panama, Central America.
Yeah.
There was a school on one of the base Army posts we lived on. And I was working there for the day, like with my dad, and I had to go between these two cages, and one had an orangutan to hook up a hose. And I went to hook up the hose, and the thing grabbed me through the bars and started slamming my head back up against the cage. So I had to take the nozzle of the hose, and I was slinging it back over my head, whacking him on the hand until he let go of me.
But he could have killed you. He was just fucking with you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I had big bruises all on the back of my head, and he slammed me pretty good. It was quite the experience.
All right, well, God bless you, my friend. I'm glad you're still here. All right, orangutan or baboon? I remember for some reason when I was a kid, I saw some baboon movie. I couldn't even tell you what it is. It had to be the most low-rent thing. It was on TV. And I've always been uneasy around baboons since this fucking time. Baboons wouldn't let these people leave through this fucking canyon or something. And there was one of them who was like head baboon.
Oh, that's weird. And their asses scare me.
Cute.
That crazy
Such cute
baboon
asses.
ass.
That's the same
weird.
color as your hair.
Wait, you think a big red baboon ass is cute?
It's cute. It looks cute on them.
God.
And you like me.
Normally I'm an ass man, but that fucking baboon ass. That's asking too much.
And it's the only thing on it that doesn't have fur. Like, what fucking evolution point was that? It's got fur all over him, and then none for the ass?
You're saying if one part needs covering?
Well, it just didn't make sense.
Cover your ass.
Really?
You fucking disgusting baboon.
They're degenerate animals. I take an orangutan over a baboon.
Todd, you're on the Run and Fez show. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, Ronnie, what's up, man?
Hey.
Yeah, that whole thing with the chimp. I live directly across the street from that woman.
Okay.
No, it's just it's everyone's kind of blowing it way out of proportion. The whole we're up in the sticks up there in Stanford, and you never even knew she was back there with that thing. You know, years ago she'd keep the thing down at her the repair shop that they owned, and they have it out around town. But she was back there in the woods, and you never even knew. I came home last night, and it looked like South Central. There were helicopters flying around. Every news channel.
All right, let me just say this. Because there is a dead chimp and helicopters doesn't make it fucking... Oh. These listeners drive me nuts. I can't live like this. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here is John. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, good to hear Lilly back. But you'd think coming from the first gig, she'd be coming in all excited. She doesn't sound too happy.
She's just Lilly. She's here. She's come back to her old school. She's talking to her old teachers. And obviously she's had some success. Apparently a little failure along the way. That's made her just want to be by herself for a while.
Well, yeah, I'm good. I'm just, taking it easy. I don't know what kind of excitement I was supposed to bring in the room.
Well, there's a little bit of a broken wing sound to you, I think, today.
Really?
The whole I don't like where I'm living, and I don't want to ever look at another man, and I'm just going to emulate Fez.
I hope that's not the vibe, because that's not really how I feel. I'm actually really excited to be here. I'm just trying to downplay it.
Downplay it. I mean, I'll play it.
I'll play it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, you guys.
All right, stop it.
Okay.
That's now you're forcing it. No one believes you. Lily, this is something I brought up about you. By the way, our Lily's back. She was a former intern / producer / the person who made everything on Mass happen for me. This got brought up. Lily needs a nemesis. You need to fight with Earl. You need to fight with old Lily.
I need conflict. Is that?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
You can be really sweet until there's the slightest, and I mean slightest chance that someone is attacking you. And you come up like a panther. Could a panther beat a chimpanzee in a fight?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think a
definitely.
panther could beat a chimp.
Could a panther beat a gorilla?
No.
Could a panther beat an orangutan?
Yes.
I'd like to see that fight. I would love to see that fight.
Orangutan over the panther. Orangutan would step around the panther, headlock him, take him down. Good night. Good night, Irene.
Panthers are so sleek.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Sneaky.
possibility that any animal, I guess, could get in a lucky punch or a lucky bite on another animal. But doesn't mean that's going to happen all the time. You've got to think, what species is more likely to win most of the time, and what are those percentages? And we'll be finding out soon on Ron and Fez Animal Fight Nights.
I think if that panther locked in a bite on one of those orangutan arms and took out an arm really quickly, then the orangutan is just sitting there, sitting prey.
The last thing you want to do is go after an arm when you're a panther, and a panther knows that. It's going to go someplace lethal. It's probably going to go through the throat. They're not going to spend their time biting at an arm and trying to slowly work it down like this is a boxing match. There's no Angelo Dundee telling the panther, work that shoulder and you're going to be fine in another 7. I'm sure they want to get rid of it the whole way. Here is, I remember we had this brought up before on the air of who would win a fight if you took things and made them larger. Like, who would win a fight, a large lobster against a regular size rhino?
Yeah. I got to pick I think the rhino in that. I think the rhino could charge and crack that exoskeleton.
We don't know what it is
on
though.
the lobster.
We know what the exoskeleton is now.
Yeah.
But who knows what's going to happen when you make that lobster 100 times bigger? Because let's face it, they're not in a lot of danger of anything breaking them under the sea.
Yeah. Well, they have the shell to protect their organs. So even if it was larger, the rhino couldn't even step on it or anything like that. So
And imagine what those claws would be like if they were 100 times bigger. You might be snapping fucking trees in half for all we know. I'm telling you right now, if ants were the size of poodles, we would be fucked. If ants were anywhere just poodle size, you would just fucking hear this from your neighbors all the time. Ants! And you would fucking turn around and start running. You wouldn't even think to yourself, I'm going to fucking stay here. Ants are beating humans now. Imagine if they were bigger.
They have the giant mandible jaws that will just bite you from every direction.
Here's Bill. Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I was just wondering about that baboon movie you were talking about. I was wondering if it was Shakma.
It might have been. I really, I was so little, but I really can't remember much about it. Write that down for me, like you wrote down that guy's email and got me back to that with too, Hicks. I was very happy with that. Is it just disappeared?
No, I emailed to you this morning.
I don't check morning email. I have to moisturize in the morning. My mornings are dedicated to moisturizing. Here, and not my
Paying
own.
off.
And not my own. Here is Rich. Rich, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, buddy. Say, old Lilly. I was actually going to say that I was kind of disappointed because I thought it was new Lilly that was going to be coming on the show. But
Ouch.
Creating controversy. But obviously the lobster would kick the rhino's ass because the rhino would drown to death because the lobster lives underwater.
Well, first of all, we are always going to have to put these, in something that's fair enough for both of them.
They can survive outside of water.
Yeah, they
as long
can.
as it's cold, they can survive for a few days.
What we probably have them do is fight outside of water, but on giant seaweed, so that they're both under the same circumstances.
Right.
Or really, if anything, I would probably try to come at them with some kind of a cracker and just try to crack the lobster. I'll tell you this, no matter who wins that fight, we're eating good.
Yeah.
Remember when someone sent us the live, Jay Moore sent us the live lobster and the little rhino toy, and then some maniac starts grabbing the little rhino toy and smashing into a live lobster. Then Lily took it home and ate it.
I had a really nice lobster salad the next day.
That was a pet lobster from Jay Moore, and you just took it home and ate it.
I did. I had my dad's chef cook it up for me.
Nothing bothers you, huh?
Nothing bothers me?
You could eat any animal. Could you see a cow get killed and then eat it?
I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. That's the whole thing. I think we'd all be vegetarians if we had to actually kill our own animals.
That's what happens with a lot of people who are vegetarians. They're like, one summer I worked at a farm, or I worked at a zoo and looked in that animal's eyes.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that I could look in that animal's eyes, cut its throat, slice it up, and eat it. I'm telling you, Fuzzy, I get really fucking hungry.
I understand that. I don't think I could do it. I don't think if I had to slice the pig's throat and bleed it out that I could eat the bacon. I think I would just see that particular meat in a whole different way. It would look like an entirely different kind of food to me.
Right, but you have just done that yourself now. You've made the pictures, you've intellectualized it, and yet if we brought sausages in here, you would eat them.
Yeah.
So it exists for you. You know that it's not sausage. You know that you're eating the flesh of another animal, and it doesn't bother you.
No, not when it's so delicious.
That's what I'm trying to say. When it's fucking good, you don't give a shit where it comes from. Now, I'll tell you the truth, I bet dog's fantastic, and yet we mock out the fucking Chinese people. And I would love to sit down and eat some Labrador Retriever. I would fucking love it.
You know what's good? Kangaroo.
I'd eat kangaroo.
It's delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
What's
really
it taste
good.
like?
It tastes like, I don't know, I can't
Just
taste it.
tastes like
really.
kangaroo?
It has a gamey taste to it, but
See,
it's
I'm not
really
gamey.
good.
I'm not a gamey person.
It seems like it would be
buffalo?
tough.
No, I'm not crazy about buffalo. I'm not
Really?
crazy about deer. Not when it comes compared to a real steak.
Right.
I'll be like, okay, this is edible, but I don't want it. If I have the choice, but if I'm eating meat, give me a fucking steak. It's nice and tender. Steve, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, it's good to hear Hot Lily back on the.
She is the hot Lily.
Thanks.
And you know what? You're going to bounce back, honey. Whatever's going on in this place of yours. I hope.
Ron, I think that I think you got a problem with your lobster because the common octopus will eat a lobster all day long, twice on Sundays down under the ocean there, and they don't have any problem cracking that skull.
Well, it's not a skull that we're talking about. Yeah, well, let's face facts here. Every animal on the planet, including man, gets eaten.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be able to get away with not getting eaten. But what is going to happen most of the time? As Bob Dylan says, most of the time. What is the latest on this stupid lady in the chimpanzee story, Fez?
Now the woman who owned the chimp is trying to let everyone know how much the chimp meant to her.
Who cares?
She's really giving the personal story of how they shared a bed at night.
Here's what I love. She spends her time now. She's come out and saying, I never gave the monkey Xanax. Now, at what point should a human being ever have to make the statement, I gave the monkey surf and turf, I gave the monkey wine, My hand to God. I did not give that crazy monkey Xanax. Apparently, you should have gave her a lot more Xanax. So the backstory is this, Fezzi. A woman, she raises a monkey like he was a person. He gets all fucked up with her. He has a good time. His life is pretty nice. And then he goes crazy one day and he tears off the neighbor's face.
Yeah. Supposedly a friend of the owner's, and she had to stab him to try to get him off of the woman. And
here's another case where she should have been a gun owner. Just imagine if she would have had a handgun at home. The woman would have been fine.
Yeah, she would have gotten the monkey off the other woman's back, that's for sure.
A little joke you had there, monkey on the back?
Yeah.
So we do that rather than converse. We force feed. So at this time, no charges against her, right, for this monkey?
Yeah, no charges so far.
Well, look, I think it's about time to drop it. I mean, quite honestly, I feel bad for the woman. She had a, a monkey. It didn't... A little smoky in here. Somebody's in that smoke. It's a nature boy!
Listen up! This the nature boy! Woo! And every now and then, in the big scheme of things, in the grand plan of the universe, in the evolutionary design, corrections have to be made, and a species has to be taken down a notch. Woo! And I'm talking about you, Travis the Chimp. First of all, let me say, Travis, I'm the nature boy. Woo! And I liked your style. You were dining on filet mignon and lobster. You were sleeping in a big brass bed. You were drinking red wine and popping Xanax like you were Courtney Love. Woo! You were living a life only a few of us know about, and I'm talking about the good life. Woo! Hey, I was with you, brother, because, I drive the biggest car to the biggest house in the biggest part of town. Woo! And that's each and every day of my life. But that's where you made your mistake, my hairy friend. That wasn't good enough for you. The booze and prescription drugs just weren't enough, huh, big man? You had to have more. The lobster wasn't enough, so you had to eat a woman's face. That's where we draw the line, Chimpy. Woo! This is where we step in and say, you know what, Travis the Chimp? You may party like a horseman, you may live like a horseman, but you are no horseman! Woo! Sure, once I slapped Mary Hart in a chicken wing crossface for changing her hairstyle, but I never ate a woman's eyeballs. I am too classy for that. Woo! That's why you had to be taken out, Travis. There's a food chain on this planet, and you are not at the top. Sure, some of you apes had some big wins. Every now and then, you grab a pretty blonde and climb a building. But what happens after that? It ain't pretty, is it? Woo! And maybe an orangutan could get lucky and make a Clint Eastwood movie. Or a chimp could go to live with Michael Jackson on Neverland Ranch. But then, nature makes a correction. Woo! Or should I say, the nature boy makes a correction. Woo! Sorry, Chip, but you are near the bottom of the chain, just above mines. Then, at the top, you've got humans. And just above that, you've got us. The badass Ron Bennington. Woo! The road dog Fez Murray. Woo! And me, the nature boy. Woo! And we're not giving up our spot. Not for you, not for anyone, man or monkey. No way. Woo! So, you may not like it, but you had better learn to what? Love it! Why? Bottom line, because we are the best thing going today! Woo! Woo! The Nature Boy! Woo! The Nature Boy!
The one, the only Nature Boy. It's a Ron and Fez show.